Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is Fried here. I'm bringing you guys a gameplay breakdown of the Chicago Huntsmen versus the Florida Mutineers, two of the top teams in the Call of Duty League. Florida actually did win the Dallas home series. You guys should watch some of that VOD. But I'm basically just going to be breaking down Hardpoint in a nutshell for you here. So you can't really see the arrows too well at the bottom, the green arrows, but you can see the numbers. Um, so we're looking right off the rip here. We have Formal, RCDs, and Scump pushing this crates area. And then you got someone half wall and someone fucking flanking. I think Envoy half wall and Gunless pushing Cole. Now, they have bad sides, so they need to flip spawn. So what I am expecting off this break, seeing someone go Cole, um, is someone to wrap around through Cole and push through. Um, and I see a heavy crates push, which means I think they're trying to out trade crates and push through crates and try and get spawns, but we'll see. So I have to
right now,
rip.
friends. Let's get into
And then,
this one.
oh, Florida in comparison sent 2 water, 1 bathroom, and 2 crates.
Running an AR of all things, there's a bit of a change up again.
Havoc got nice map control mid map. Got into boiler. And Florida just out traded Huntsman right off the rip. They got a 3-piece. Huntsman only got 2.
Things seem to have changed. Off we go to the
And we
now.
saw that Formal and RCs are both running ARs. We see that Skies and Mox are both running ARs. So right off the rip, they have 2 ARs on each team. But I expect that to change as the game progresses, to see Formal and Mox switch to subs. Yeah, so as you see, Formal already switched to sub. Interesting how you saw Formal just died trying to push spawns right there. Huntsmen don't seem to be pushing spawns too aggressively. They're pushing through this crate side trying to get control of spawns, but Florida's doing a really nice job stopping them. Florida, as you see with the next 5 seconds left in the last hill, they have 1 person at this train head glitch, 1 person bottom AC, and 2 people in hill. Now 3, 4 people in hill, and just 1 person outside the hill. Personally, I would like way more of a cushion between, the hill and the Huntsman. I would put probably someone back bathrooms, put someone over by this crates area, and then have someone over by this coal area, just floating around, maybe top AC with the AR. That's just me personally. I mean, you can even have them push back a little bit, but someone like maybe like this front door area by these crates. I think that you should push out a little bit more, and I think that the Huntsmen are going to break this. So we're going to watch the Huntsmen have 3 pushing in the right side, and they're doing a pretty good job of pinching right now, trying to get some picks. Florida's doing a pretty good job of holding them in. Huntsmen spawn bathroom and water. Still trying to flood in. Scump doing a good job of waiting for his teammates before he pushes up. And we see a lot of kills go the Huntsman's way. And like I said, within 30 seconds, the hill was broken. Florida just didn't have enough of a cushion. And the Huntsmen won their gunfights and had a good initial pinch to weaken their defenses. And then the second and third pushes just completely destroyed Florida. Now you see off this rotation, Huntsman rotated through mid and forest, and Florida's rotating through coal, so that's going to basically solidify the spawns for this P3 hardpoint after this first rotation. You're gonna see that Florida is gonna be spawning coal. The Huntsman is gonna be spawning this forest back warehouse area. And Florida really needs to get kill centric and get a lot of kills to push the Huntsmen back into their spawn to spawn trap them if they're going to be playing this side of the hill. Huntsman doing a really good job of, like I said, keeping a body between the enemy spawn and the hill. As you see Formal right here, keeping that cushion. Florida getting some nice kills, getting some progression towards the hill, getting some hill control right now. And as we see the Huntsmen push back with their spawn, and as you see, like the Huntsmen do a really good job of breaking because they do a really good job of getting like 3 or 4 bodies and pushing through one way. And as you notice, throughout this gameplay, watch those green arrows bunch up, and then try and break a hill. So as we can see, the Huntsmen did a really good job of maintaining spawns for P5. This P4 hill is usually pretty scrappy. P5 is usually a pretty concrete hill, so they're trying to place good spawns for the P5 hill. Florida is still spawning P2, so it's not looking good for them. They keep flooding through the front. They need to start, in my opinion, making way towards the next hill, but as you see, number 7, RC is watching the flank. Someone spawned, and they're spawning over by that P3 hill. The Huntsmen are, so RC knew that he could give that up. But you still do have Frosty over here floating, and this play, when I first watched this gameplay, what was so crazy to me, that Florida now, because of that one kill that Frosty made floating over there, he got one kill on Envoy, and then got traded out, but because no one on the Huntsman was over towards that side of the spawn, they started spawning over by that P2 hill, because you got Scump that's all the way over there. Now Florida's gonna start spawning at that P5 hill, which is crazy. Like, if Huntsman would have kept with that momentum and got the spawns for next hill, you could just imagine like how far this game would have went, bro. It would have been like 150 to 40 or 150 to 50 or something like that. It would have been crazy going into the second location. But as you can see, Florida has control of this P5 hill. Huntsman, as you see, 4 people just run into the hill at the same time. Like I said, they bunch up. They get a pick or two. They bunch up and then they break. So watch the Huntsman. They have 2 people and they roll in pairs so they can get these trades. You see, they have 2 people coal, 2 people half wall, and you see the people half wall play to trade, get those picks, and then RCDs gets the pick, on outskirts. So now they know that there's 3 people in the hill, one person, 2 people in hill, 1 person coming off spawn, and they're just gonna flood this hill. They're gonna send the 2 people that are half wall and the 2 people that are coal, and they're just gonna flood this hill. Watch how they just fucking flood this shit, front door and the side door. And you also have Gunless wrapping all the way around, doing a beautiful job of breaking that hill, everyone getting kills on the Huntsman side, baiting and switching. It was just a beautiful play by the Huntsman to regain this hill, which they basically chalked by losing spawns. I think that RC just shouldn't have given it up, even though his teammates spawned there. I think he should. There's no reason that he should have pushed P4. I would have just stayed forest turbine area at least, but he pushed all the way up crates. Just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But the Florida tries to counter them with a push or 2. Don't successfully break. Going into this middle hill, the Huntsmen give up P2 spawns again to Florida. Not necessarily that they give it up, it's just Florida is doing a really good job of keeping these P2 spawns. But Florida can't give up this middle hill because they're already down by so much. So they're trying to scramble together, get a push together. But you see, like, Huntsmen are doing a really good job of just dismantling them, picking them one by one, baiting, switching, utilizing their teamwork to basically dismantle Florida's pushes. Now, Florida has 4 people right here. They had 4 people off spawn, and they all push different routes, and they didn't break. They need, if you're gonna do, if you're gonna like make a push, you gotta push. But I mean, there's only 20 seconds left in the hill, but you can't give Chicago the whole 20 seconds. You need to kind of disrupt them a little bit. But they got, you know, the whole 20 seconds like pretty much uncontested. Like, so Florida here, they need, like I said, to create this cushion, or they're just gonna get broke again, you know, within the first 30 seconds of the hill. We watch as they kind of push out a little bit, but you still have two people in the hill. And the Huntsmen are doing a pretty decent job of breaking it.
He just keeps going, and again, it just seems like the norm almost for them not to win the rotation.
Fair and Skies do a really good job of defending that hill right there, inside the hill. And now, as you see, like, as the hill goes on, they are creating that cushion. You have Mox kind of pushing up that crate side, pushing that out, and that's the setup you want to have. Let's go, like, back 3 seconds, right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You have those arrows creating this cushion right now, and that's what's solidifying this next 30 seconds for Florida. They got the kills. You see the kill feed? It's all Florida. They got kills. Now they're creating the cushion and pushing for the next rotation. As you see, Mox is making a play to push this forest area out, and they're all spawning crates, so they're going to be pushing out this forest area to get those spawns for the next hill. Chicago Huntsmen cut them off on rotation. Good choke points by Chicago Huntsmen, watching that mid and forest area. But as you see, Florida, you know, come off spawn, do another solid push, and get the kills. And they're gonna be getting the good spawns, the back warehouse spawns. So now that Florida's getting this back warehouse spawns for P3, this is a good opportunity for them to come back into the game, because if they can create that cushion for this hill, then they're gonna also have spawns for P5 if they can maintain these spawns. So this is a really crucial time and a turning point potentially for Florida in this game, where they can come back. And we'll see, you know, what happens in the series, whether they do or don't. But they really need to create this cushion. They're doing a pretty good job this hill. They're getting the kills they need to get. They're creating the cushion in between the hill. The Slayers are doing a really good job. Pharaoh is going off with his sub. Havoc is going off with his sub. And Mox is getting the spawns that he kind of needs to. I don't think he's doing as good as he really should be, you know, running an AR, but you also have Skies who's running an AR. He's not dropping a shit ton of kills either, so this P4 hill, as you see, the Huntsmen right there, they needed the P5 hill. So why are they all pushing for this 1 second? Why is there 4 people? Actually, I would have even had Scum pushing, you know, this fucking P3 area. He pushes towards mid-map, but they all die. They all die, and then they lose this rotation. They could have had P5 spawns too, and this is a do-or-die moment for Florida. They need to get these spawns. They're continuing to spawn back here, and then they get the kills that are necessary. You see RCs is just sitting here, just waiting at this top fucking P3 area, this coal area, while all this shit's going down across the map. He's trying to get these spawns for P5, and he's doing a really good job as an anchor, and I'm just trying to stay alive. His teammates need to fucking get to him to help him out, but they're all flooding the hill. RCs is just staying alive, being a nuisance, being a thorn on their side. He's basically just distracting them right now. Now he's getting some help from someone off spawn, and they're gonna make a play towards this P5 hill with the 10 seconds coming in. RC stayed alive that entire time, that entire hill. He literally stayed alive, and it was just a fucking thorn in their side. And I love that play. It was a great play by fucking RCs to, you know, be a thorn in their side. You at least have 1 or 2 people like just distracted that entire hill because RCs was over there. Envoy with a cheeky little spot. I didn't know about this until I saw this gameplay. Insane. Spot by Envoy right there to sneaks in the side there, and he gets a nice little box. I like it. And it's pretty much scrap right now.
It goes back and forth, but the Floridians are not giving up. That
That was a break and a half
Yeah,
once
the
again.
Florida
But yeah, you're right,
Mutineers
Florida's
are
not given up.
trying
They
to
didn't concede
hold
enough
on to
kills
this
to lose
P5 and
spawns.
maybe
So now
mount
you've
a
got another
comeback.
chance
If
at
they
holding
hold
this
this
time
entire
for
time, then they're
Chicago.
only down by
One
30,
more swing.
going
He
into
goes
the
Gunless in from behind. That's a big shot to get it done.
third
Second kill
rotation.
goes his way. Havoc though in from the boxes. He finds 2 straight off the rip, and now we're going to continue the pressure. Havoc is still going. Florida hasn't given up the hard point yet, but now you've got to rotate. Now you go back to mid map. You have to win
And
all
you
your
see
engagements.
1 and
So
2
far, so
all the way
good.
over there.
And
This
control
creates
spawns
that
for the
they're
second
trying to
hard point.
mount
So
up
Florida,
for this
it's got to be perfect. It's
P1
got to be
and
perfect.
P2.
It's got to be perfect. A heavy hitting hard point from Havoc though. 33
They're spawning
to
crates, so
35.
they're getting
Just the sheer
decent
amount of
spawns for
interaction
this
is
P1
impressive
hill,
alone.
but as
But
you
can
saw,
he step
Chicago
into a
Huntsmen
1-4?
after
Can
the
he go
first
even bigger for his
rotation,
squad? Down
they
by 35
they
points
maintained
now.
control of this
Trying to
P1 hill
find
for a
it,
long
but
time,
they
so
can win it here. So again,
it's
early
kind of scary for
rotation is not
Florida
acceptable
going
for
into
Florida.
this
They've
hill.
got to challenge
Only
this
10
mouse.
seconds left for Chicago. They kind of just need to scrap it up. There's not really much more I can say about this. So.
But now on the point. Now you got to go, Florida. It's do or die time. You've let enough time slip, but this time is going to be absolutely crucial for the win there. Nice job from Havoc. Gets that kill. Arsty's now in a position to clean these players up. He can jump on it now and potentially win it for his team. They still have to worry about that next 20 seconds, though. This is going to be big. Huntsmen are back on the point. The gunfight's still going through. There's 2 seconds for the win now, and there it is. Straight on the point. The Huntsmen go. It's not over yet. 1 second left. Gunless. He will net that final crucial
Alright, so
point.
Chicago won that. I'm going to basically break down different routes and different roles and how they should move around the map off respawn. So let's back up to... Alright, so let's back up to P2. Okay, so now that we're on P2, let's look at the
They may
back
not
up
be
for a
in there
second.
first.
Alright, so now that we're on P2, let's go over objective routes and slaying routes and what who does what routes. So you have 5 people on a team. You have objective player, at least 1, and then you have Slayer support flex, which are 3 players, and then you have the anchor, which is the main AR player, and that's the basic roles. So the Slayer, the anchor player, and the support player will be doing Slayer routes, and the objective player and the support player will be doing objective routes. The anchor player and the Slayer player and the support player and the flex player also do breaking route, also do objective routes here and there, and anchor routes, which I will basically break down, which are going to be breaks essentially. So Chicago Huntsmen are spawning crates, Florida spawning back AC or coal. For the Chicago Huntsmen, a Slayer route is going to be, well, right now they want to do a break. So we'll go over objective routes, Slayer routes, and how you do a break. So an objective route is basically going straight to the hill. So they're spawning crates, running directly through the front door, the side door, or the back door, running through any entrance point to the hill. Any route to the hill is an objective route. A Slayer route is any route that cuts off the enemy from going to the hill. So a Slayer route would be going mid trains and trying to cut them off coming from coal or back AC. Going back warehouse and top AC, going so those are the 2 main Slayer routes for this on the Chicago Huntsman side. Same thing with Florida Mutineers. Conversely, the objective route would be to go directly into the hill from any of the entrances, and a Slayer route would be to push like mid trains or back around the warehouse over to where number 4 is, Pharaoh. So that's the basic of objective routes versus Slayer routes. And objective and support players will mostly be doing objective routes. Support players sometimes does a Slayer route if there's no objective support needed. And then you have Slayer and Flex players, which mostly do Slayer routes, which, you know, sometimes you'll have a Slayer, a Flex, a support, and an objective player all do an objective route when you're trying to do what is called a break. Now, everyone knows in Hardpoint you have to break hills. So Chicago Huntsmen right here, what they need to do is they need to break the hill. So what they're going to have is everyone do an objective route, clear the hill, and then have the Slayers, after they do an objective route, do a Slayer route and push out and try to create that cushion. Like I was saying, you want to have a body in between the enemy spawn and the hard point so that your objective players, you know, don't have to get the kills. So your Slayer players are getting killed. So as we're seeing the Huntsmen perform this break real quick, you see that they're all pushing directly into the side door of the hill, into the back of the hill. They are all dying basically. We see Scump, he pushed through the back, but he did go through an entrance. They're all going through different entrances, trying to flood this hill, swarm the hill. Not doing a very good job, but you know, they're respawning. 4 players coming from this crates area. They're all going to be pushing. You see number 8, he does a Slayer route. Who is at Envoy? He does a Slayer route. He pushes around. He's also breaking because he did a Slayer route, but he's pushing back into the hard point and pushing their spawn as well. And then you see the other 3 people push this side of P2 out. They don't get the kills, unfortunately, to actually make the break, but that was a good example of the difference in routes that you saw Envoy take. And everyone's rotating to the next hill, so that's basically all I had to say about that. And then you also have anchors and Slayer, support player, flex players, objective players. They all do breaks for an anchor route, and an anchor route is basically just rotating to a hill and holding a position, kind of like RC's was holding P3 during P4 to get the P5 spawns. And then you also have like an anchor break where an entire team will push an anchor position to get the spawns, which I don't think was demonstrated too much throughout this game, other than like right here, Florida's kind of all pushing this rotation, but Chicago did a pretty good job of getting cutoffs. But yeah, that's the basics of Hardpoint. We're going to go into Domination and Search and Destroy next. I will be right back in the next video. Thanks. Bye.